Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Azine Williams. How are you all doing? Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are fine. If you're new to my channel, you know what to do. Kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. And before I go ahead with this gist, I'm gonna say a very big happy birthday to Kafi's mom. Yes, today is her birthday. Happy birthday to you, ma. Okay guys, so today's reunion was all about the fan base. It's all about the fans. We saw before we talk about the fans, we saw some prominent events, that kind of like happened in the Big Brother house, funny moments that happened in the Big Brother house. We saw when Omoshola was teaching Mike how to sing that, that famous Oluwa Gaka FC Oluwamo I go report all of it. Yeah, we saw that. We saw the Mbuza Chihuahua Mbuza Nkita. Yeah, we saw that. We also saw that that stuff that involved Sheyi and Ike, where he said, that ice cream mine, what I'm talking about. So we came back to the studio. Ebuka was asking Omoshola, okay, what actually made you to keep, teaching Mike, not, even though he kept saying it wrong. He said, the guy, he's the kind of guy that, even though he doesn't know it, he's willing to learn. So he saw that in him, and that was a drive for him, and at that point, he realized that Mike has some Jamaican blood in him. He kept saying report, that kind of stuff. So, Tasha was asked, okay, that time with the whole Mbuzo, Nkita, a lot of people had to start Googling what Mbuzo is and everything. What was going through your mind? I think it was Omoshola. Omoshola said, Ebuka said, clearly Omoshola was having fun. Omoshola said, yes, he was actually ready for Tasha that day, and Tasha, Ebuka was like, okay, Tasha, you were upset. Tasha was like, yeah, even though she was having fun and even though it doesn't look like it, but in her head, she was like, why can't this guy stop? Like, what kind of a human being is this? Why can't he stop? Why can't he just stop replying me? And Ebuka was like, okay, why didn't you stop? She was like, she didn't want to stop. She was just that, Omoshola to stop. And Ebuka was like, okay, how did you feel, seeing Fraud and Mercy, dancing? Omoshola was like, it was entertaining when he saw them. Tasha was like, she didn't even see them. It was later when she came out of the house and she saw it. She was like, oh my goodness, people were dancing to it and all that. So we before then, they talked to Diane, how did you feel like coming out of the house, seeing people loving you and all that? Diane was like, oh, it was overwhelming, both the good and the bad side, but she kind of like wants to focus on the good and all that, and Kim talked about, fans, when she said there was this time that, some of Mercy's fans or people that were camouflaging as Mercy's fans came for her and all that. She was like, in her mind, she just felt like, okay, maybe, there was something, within, like she's not cool with Mercy and all that. So she had to like call Mercy, and immediately she called Mercy and asked, oh, Mercy, are we good? And Mercy was like, oh, we are good and all that. That's when she now said, okay, she had to put that out of her mind. So Thelma was now asked, okay, what was the like most hurtful thing somebody has said to you, fans and all. Thelma told us a story, told them a story about one guy, that always come for her, that when she launched that her oil, her cream, the person was like, do you know how many people are selling cream, that she should better just go back to her father's house, instead of wasting her time to sell cream and all that. And she also said the person went to, she actually singled that person out, because what the person say, he enter her, he pay her well. So she had to, at that one day, she actually had time for the guy, and she, gave the guy, the most for his mass. For every mass, there is a corresponding most. So she gave it to him hot, because that day she had his time. So this guy also went to Twoyo's page, and Twoyo also gave it to him hot, and both of them landed themselves on Insta blog Naija. Yes. Okay, guys. So moving on, they talked about the impact of fan bases and all that. Ike was like, what, that sometimes fans can be, they seek relevance or from you, that it's not really like you can control them all, but there's the good part and the bad part and all that. But sometimes he tries also with the negativity. He also let us know that his management actually handles his page, that he only sees the good side, but sometimes when he sees the bad side, he kind of like, because whenever he sees the bad side, he wants to respond and all that, but his management manages his social media handles. I'm like, okay, So at least when we all remember earlier when Tasha said she and her publicist handles it. So yeah, it's really not out of the ordinary because Ike's management too manages his Instagram or Twitter or social media handles. Well, Ike also said that sometimes he sees the good ones and then when he sees that one, like, oh, I feel good because of what you guys told me, and he decides to do a giveaway. So Ebuka was like, okay, you know what, guys, if you want Ike to keep doing giveaway, please be saying nice things to him. Okay, so Mercy was not saying she talked about her fans, some of them, if you do something, they just want to take over your life. They want to, take over your life, tell you what to do and what not to do. And when you want to like make a stand for yourself, they'll be like, we are unstanding. Yeah, we are unstanding you and all that. If you can now ask Diane, you know what? The thing is, if coming from a fan's side, every week in, week out, we see you in the Big Brother house then, asking us to vote for you, telling us that when you're coming out, you love us, you do this, and then we vote for you. Don't you think it's fair, And Diane was like, it's just like 100 and something million people trying to drag you in different directions. Sometimes you just have to like, know what you want for yourself and all that. So then Tacha, they started talking about the Mercenaries. They first talked about the Mercenaries, then they talked about the Titans, So Ebuka asked Tacha, do you think that the Titans are a reflection of you as a person? Tacha was like, no, but she feels like they can relate with her and all that, So Ebuka was like, do you think that your fans, attack people, and Sacha actually defended her fans. She was like, no, Titans don't attack, that they are more like protective of her. When she said they don't attack, everybody was like, hey, Tacha. So Fraud talked about a situation that happened when he released his unbothered hoodies, and Tacha also released hers. He released his first, and then somebody sent him a message on Twitter and was like, commended him and said the quality is nice and blah 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 blah. You all remember that thing that happened that time. And Fraud, he said he was about to board his flight, so he didn't really read everything the person wrote. He just responded, and we actually do our research, or this is what happens when you do your research and other things. So he said by the time he came out, he landed, touched down to where he was going and checked his phone. There was a whole lot of thread, people calling him, you ate this one, you ate this one, you ate this one, and he was like, what happened? When he now went back to the message and read that, he now realized the person actually said, unlike some people, and then he said he sent Tacha a message, and Tacha didn't reply, and then then somebody now wrote, at least our queen does not follow trash or something like that. Then he now checked, he was following Tacha, and Tacha was not following him, but he knows that he and Tacha, they are cool in real life because Tacha actually sent him happy birthday and all that. He also mentioned that Tacha sent him a happy birthday message, and he said thank you, and Tacha did not respond. He would just look. Tacha read it. Tacha said, you did not send me any message, that she never saw the message. Even Fraud went ahead to talk about a situation that happened, that somebody wanted him to work with Tacha on something, and then the person said that he should reach out to Tacha, and he sent messages, and 1, 2, 3 days no response. He had to go back to the person and be like, you know what, you better go and reach out to her by yourself. Tacha was like, but I wish you a happy birthday on that she didn't see the messages, but she wished him happy birthday. And then when he posted what she wrote, she reposted it on her story and wrote, you're welcome. So Fred was like, okay, maybe there was a misunderstanding, but really, Tacha saying that because Tacha said that sometimes when people go attack other housemates, some of them do it in guise of Titan. There's not everybody you see with a trident on their bio or on their DP, on their profile, that's actually a Titan, So Fraud now said there's no way a whole thread is gonna be like people that are, camouflaging to be Titans and not Titans, So Elozonam said, he feels that he's not going to be biased and all that, but he feels that Titans are too intense, that they attack and all. And I become like, what about Mercenaries? Do you not think they do the same thing too? He was not like, yeah, they are intense too, but there's a difference. I become like, okay, what's the difference? He said that Mercenaries are more like defensive and all that. I'm like, hey, God, me, that's okay. I'm gonna talk it. I'm gonna say it. At that point, I was like, are you serious? Because me too, I have been a victim of that. I have been a victim of the dragging by Mercenaries. So telling me that it's just the Titans that are doing it is not true. Both of them are doing it. Let's just be truthful. But anyways, that's what happened. Elo was talking about that is mercenaries are more like, defending the defensive and not attacking, that the Titans are the attacking ones. He also mentioned that he worked with, he did a video for Mercy, they attacked him, they dragged him. He did a video for Mike, they dragged him. So, what's her name again? Venita talked, about, having control over your fans and all that. But Gebuka was like, there's no way you're going to control all these people, And Venita was like, okay, for her, there was this time that something happened. And then one of her unicorn fans, I think that's what she called them, unicorn fans, she saw the person was like, saying something about somebody's mom or children and all that. So she had to there's a way she had to bring the person back, for the person to be in the right place, right directions, that's it, that the fans can be intense, but knowing how to control them so that they are not gonna, go out of place and all that. So basically that's it. Messi also said that her fans, they don't attack, they don't that she doesn't follow any page that drags people. I'm like, okay, sis, whatever you say, sis, but yeah, that's basically what happened today in the Big Brother Naija reunion show. People have got, my mind was not really, really, really in the Big Brother Naija show because a lot happened today. I heard a gist that I kept thinking about it. I was watching my TV, but I was just thinking about it. I'm like, how am I going to say this gist? But I'm going to say it. I'm going to upload another video after this one because, the gist, don't tip much. The thing is too much. It's too much for my ears alone to hear. It involves some of your top celebrities. Yeah. I'm not even gonna add it in this video. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it a separate video because this video deserves a life of its own. So guys, that's basically what happened. On my own, I'm gonna tell you both fan bases. I'm not gonna mince any words. Both fan bases are intense. Let's call it spade and not a famine too. Both fan bases are intense. But tomorrow, on the Big Brother Naija show, it seems to be more interesting. We are gonna talk about. I think they're gonna still talking about the fans and all. Ebuka repping. Promoted their brands, frauds, unbothered hoodies. He said he didn't get anyone. He only got a t-shirt. Tachas, no leave, no transfer, 89 t-shirt. Omashala's cap and all that. Omashala, basically all of them were like, let's, embrace peace and all that. So that's what's going to be showing tomorrow by God's grace, I think. Okay, guys. So that's basically what happened. Fan bases. Who are the most toxic? My own is both of them are intense. Most of them can be toxic. Just the basic thing is just don't find yourself at the wrong end of any of these fan bases because they love their queens way too much. Mercenaries love their queen. Titans love their queen. Just know how to navigate all of them. I think basically all this fan thing is all about it's all about personality, knowing when to, not to go too far, loving your stand and not going overboard with it. But telling me that one is more toxic than the other, except if you've not been, at the receiving end of their basketballs, then you're gonna know. But I think both of them needs to chill. Yeah, love your stand in peace, and then let's get it over with. But at the end of the day, both ladies were defending their fans. But then again, when Benita was talking about her fan base, I'm like, okay, sis, I think the only two fan bases we are talking about here is the Titans and the Mercenaries. No cap, but they are the only fan bases I know. The other ones, I did not know. I did not know them. Anyways, guys, that's about it from me. Thank you so very much for being part of my channel. Till I come your way again, which I will very soon. I remain your girl, Azine Williams. If you have not subscribed, this is one of the best times you have to subscribe because the gist I'm gonna bring next one is gonna be shocking. It's gonna be shocking. I was shocked. My mouth was just open like this looking at my screen. It's gonna be shocking. So you had better subscribe and click on the notification bell because you're gonna need that notification bell to alert you whenever I post any new video. Thank you so much, guys. Until I come your way again, I remain your girl, Azine Williams. Bye, guys.